Down. Ah! Holy moly. Okay, it took me a little bit to get set up, but here we are. Let's get this party started. How to achieve sales goals online. Welcome to Market Like a Publisher webinar, um, presented by yours truly, Miss Wynn. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you that are here today, whether you are watching this live or you're watching the replay. Thank you for supporting my vision. All right, let's get into it. All right, so the goal of today is um, that you will leave at the end of this. You will know what to do to increase your sales goals. That's the goal. So, who am I? Hello. If you don't know me, my name is Aurelia Wynn. And this is a story that I'm working on. Um, about 6 years ago, I became a single mom. Life was a struggle. My last year of undergrad, I became a single mama. And hopefully within the next 5 years, my goal is to make 500 million and to land a $1 billion lifetime deal with Nike. This is the story that I'm working on. I want people to be talking about me like they talk about billionaire Jeff Bezos or like they talk about Oprah. I'm next. I'm next, and I say, give me about 5 years to get there. And so a little bit about me. If you haven't already, and you've been a part of the group now for some time, who are you? Let us know who you are, maybe the genre that you write in, and what you're doing here, what you hope to get out of being in a group like this, and how we can support you. And I think that this group is going to be a wonderful place for those of us authors who want to have stories like mine, who want to have a real life story where you got it out of the mud, where you might not have had a parent or someone come before you and be a successful author, but you're here today and that's your dream and that's your vision for yourself. And so, welcome. All right. So, in order to achieve your sales goals, you must first have a quantitative goal written down somewhere. What is the number goal that you're after? It could be how many books do you want to sell a month, or it could be how much money from your books each month do you want to make. So my personal goal is 70 books a month. My goal, and then the authors that I work with, this is our goal, is to sell 70 books a month. I make about $5 in royalties on Amazon per book sold. So that gives you kind of about how much minimum I'm trying to make, um, if you do the math. And so to meet my goal, I know that I have to sell 1 to 2 books a day. Easy, right? Um, Number two, after you have your number in mind, the next step is to do these income generating activities. I bet you thought I was going to say market your book. Well, part of these income generating activities is also considered marketing. Let me tell you what I mean. So these are going to be your income generating activities. If you have a pen and paper out right now, this is going to be your cue to get some writing done. You're going to want to add all of this to your notes or take a screenshot if you're handy. So income generating activities like adding to your email list daily and sending out weekly emails where you help 80% of the time and where you sell 20% of the time to your friend. Chances are, if you have an email list or the people that are on your email list, they are your acquaintances or they might be yeah, for real, they might be your friend. But the thing is they are already interested in you if they are on your email list. Later we can talk about how to create an email list, and how to work that out in more detail. But that's going to be one thing that you want to do is make sure you're adding to your email list daily and that you're sending emails out to your platform at least once a week. And then answer the question, how can I help someone today? You're an expert in the field. You might be, if you're a children's author, you're an expert with children. Give us facts, whether you're a parent or not. You're an expert in some kind of way. You wrote a whole book pertaining to something. So I know you're smart. It's just digging deeper and saying, how can I help someone today? And genuinely helping them. I'm in Facebook groups. I think that's where I met a lot of you, or where you've heard about me, is in a Facebook group. And that's kind of that's my thing, is I get in these different author Facebook groups, and I answer that question, how can I help someone today? And it's mostly by answering somebody else's questions about how to do something that I know how to do. Or just answering questions on Instagram. When you're thinking about creating content for your different platforms, one of the key things that you're going to want to do is answer some FAQs and just do it. You don't have to wait for anybody to literally ask you the question in order for you to answer it. I think that sometimes we come up with these limiting beliefs that, in fact, are limiting us in our creativity. So let all that stuff go. Answer questions, help people. And you can also get on LinkedIn and other platforms and do the same thing as well. And then number 3, which is huge, I don't really see or hear about too many authors out there pitching their book. So you wrote this whole book and you're struggling with marketing. And I believe that part of it is that you wrote the story, but then you didn't even think about, well, now how can I tell others about this story? And so that's going to be the question that you want to answer when it comes to pitching your book. What's the story behind the story? And ask yourself those questions. Why did I write this book? Why should anybody care about it? And um, know that that's how you will sell your book. You're going to want to pitch your book to bookstores, obviously to your followers on your platform, maybe to schools, libraries, wherever you want to get your book to. Know that you have to have a story, and that story that you tell about your book is going to be what helps you sell your book. Number 4, demos. How can your book be used? Where can readers find it? And on the video, demonstrate how to use your book, or even in a picture. I don't know if you're on Pinterest or if you're on Instagram, but I'm always seeing people pose with books. And that doesn't seem really salesy, but it works, because a lot of times people are looking at you and your surroundings and the things around you. So, demonstrating how your book can be used. Obviously, you can sit there and read it, or whatever, but that's going to be another way. I would say that that's also marketing. It is by demonstrating how to use it, but when you're doing this with the intention of selling, it's considered an income generating activity. Also, offering your book. What comes along with your book? Pairing your book with a bookmark or something free is a good incentive. A lot of readers like to have bookmarks, so they like to have little treasures that go along with their book. So what kind of offer are you making to your readers and your audience? And then targeted advertisement. Get clear on who your reader is and where they go to find information. I would say start local, start in your hometown, in your home state, wherever you're at, and get clear on who your target audience is. Again, that will be another video to come down the road, um, on how to find your target audience and how to get clear about them. So that way you know when it comes time to run an ad, that you're not wasting your ad dollars just on any and everybody in the United States, but that you're starting small and you're expanding. So, do these income generating activities as often as possible daily if you have to, or if you have the time. Too many authors focus on marketing that they aren't actually selling. Selling your book is as simple as coming up with a story about your book and the benefits of it, and sharing that story and making the offer for the readers to purchase it. That's it. That's it in a nutshell. Come up with a story about your story. Tell your story and the benefits about reading, about what the benefits of reading your book are, and share that and make the offer to the readers to purchase it. And bing, bang, boom. Um, Fred, you are obviously so creative. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this. You wouldn't be in the Market Like a Publisher group. You wouldn't be in any of my other groups that might come after this. Um, if you weren't. So I want you to just tap into that strength and maybe come up with at least 3 stories that you want your readers to know about your book. Then follow these stories up with an offer, maybe a link to where your book can be purchased. You can get into people's DMs or you can get into their email with this. Just some more tips because I want to make sure that I'm thorough. So make the purchase easy if you are sending people to your website. So many times I've gone to purchase a book from someone's website and it is difficult. Sometimes the buttons are not working, whatever the case may be. So make sure that if you're sending people to purchase from your website, that it is easy for them to do. And then ask for reviews. And when you get reviews, share them. Word of mouth is still the greatest vehicle of information sharing, and reviews are the same thing as word of mouth. People go and look at reviews for all sorts of things, for food, for new services, new businesses, things like that. People are always looking for reviews. And so, as an author, yes, you're going to want to collect these reviews, but you're also going to want to share them. And then tell your readers about you and your life journey so far. People buy from who they know. If they don't know you, chances are they might be trying to get to know you before they make a purchase. That's okay. Allow people to do that, but make sure that you're telling your readers about who you are, and so that they would eventually buy from you. In order to do that, you could create a media kit where you include your about in your media kit. You can include how to communicate with you, how to reach you, where to purchase your book, things like that. A sales sheet should go in your media kit as well. And we can talk about this further about creating media kits and getting those media kits out to the media. Number 5, mail bookstores your sales sheet and then follow up with a phone call to see if they're interested in stocking their shelves with your book. Who said that you can't send mail to the people that you want to reach, especially if it's a business like a bookstore that has a brick and mortar? You absolutely can. You absolutely can write a short letter and send in your sales sheet. And mail it off, and in a week or so follow up with a phone call and see if they'd be interested in working with you. If you're not sure what a sales sheet is, I highly recommend that if that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and Google it, or you can wait for another one of these videos where I go further into um, creating a sales sheet and working with bookstores. More tips. When you start making sales, make sure that you keep track of them. One way to get better at selling books is to keep track of what you're already doing, if you're doing anything. And that will just help you get better at it. You'll see where you're making mistakes, or you'll see where you're actually doing really well. And you'll see where you need to either make some adjustments or where you need to keep doing the same thing. Um, Ask yourself, where is your book currently being sold? Is it only on Amazon? Is it on several platforms? What kind of people shop on those platforms? Are you reaching those people? How does this affect your sales? Because you need to know where your book is being distributed. And not only will that help your sales, but that will help your marketing as well. A certain type of people shop on Amazon. If someone is an online shopper, that might mean several things, and that's for you to figure out. Come up with a plan of action and follow through. After you watch this video, after you've taken your notes, I encourage you to come up with a plan of action to meet your sales goal. Whether you decided that you want to sell 100 books a month, how are you going to do that? Think about it, write down that list of income generating tasks and do it. But that's going to be the key part, is that follow through. Be as confident as possible. It could be scary. It could be unsure. You could be unsure about it. But one thing is for sure is you're going to want to be as confident about it as possible. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. And so believe in you, believe in your book, believe in the vision that you have brought to life, um, and knock it out of the park. And then get others involved and offer them a commission on their sales. If you don't want to be the only one selling your book, figure out how to get other people involved. If someone wants to help you sell their book, help you sell your book, how are you going to pay them? Things like that. Thinking outside of the box and thinking bigger is really the key to selling your book online. All right, well, we've basically reached the end of the presentation. So what's next? If you weren't able to take note of all the income generating activities, be sure to catch the replay and write them down, then execute. If you need some one-on-one time to discuss any of these things, here's my email address. Get at me. I will put you on my schedule, and I am willing to answer any questions or walk you through any of these activities. Until next time, I will see you all later.